Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. How are you on this fine Wednesday night? Yep, night. I know. We have to cook, we have to eat, we have to chill, and we do all those things. But nevertheless, baby crone, hold up. Why you gotta be doing the most?
What I do?
Like you over there freezing to death.
Well, I am just a little bit.
You're a little nip.
Yes,
all right.
nip.
Okay, so with that being said, well, with no further ado, let's get on with it. This is going to be the Valley, right?
Yes.
I'm starting to really enjoy it. I am. It's starting to be my little pleasure. I really have to admit, I'm starting to know the people, and I'm having thoughts, and I definitely, please, baby crone,
Okay.
I have to do a reading on Jax and Brittany.
Okay.
I have to.
We got a good insight on their marriage today.
I want to know, do Jax love Brittany?
That's a good question.
I don't think he love her anymore. And we'll talk about it.
Like
but I'm going to say this. What has been gnawing at me?
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait.
I was writing down the question.
I'll wait. What's been gnawing at me is, don't judge me. I'm just really, this has really out of the clue. When things pop in your head, when you're not thinking about them, you have to question, why am I thinking this?
Mm-hmm.
And a part of me, there's a big part of me, more than half of me,
okay,
believe that somehow, some way, he holds Brittany responsible for his son.
What do you mean by that? Oh.
Because sometimes when men have children and they didn't come out perfect, especially he's a son, and with him being so macho, you have this son
that is true.
That isn't perfect. And I'm not a therapist. I'm just trying to say it. This is why I got to do a reading on it. And sometimes you want to blame somebody. And since the woman is the carrier, you blame. He may never ever say it. But his actions, he doesn't find her desirable.
No.
This has been going on for over a year. Their son is how old?
I think Cruz is 3.
3 years old. See, shortly after they had the baby. But she really took notice to it. He gradually weaned away from her. And I have to say it. I have to.
At the time of the filming, Cruz is 2.
Okay, so 2 years. This is what I'm saying. This is some baby stuff. It's not that he doesn't love her. I'm gonna go more into it when I read. But I also feel as though, this is my opinion, she let herself go down too. And the way she dressed, and the way that she's not trying. You could say, okay, it's baby fat. That was 2 years ago. The baby is 3. You said the baby 3 years old?
Today, yes.
So the baby is 3 years old. So no, you have the way you get a man, that's the way you keep him. She's a beautiful person. God knows this is a beautiful woman. But she, beautiful in her personality.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always felt like she was too good for Jax.
Okay.
But nobody could tell her that. So you get what you get. And you got the baby. And I know he'll do anything for the baby. But I think that every time he sees the baby, he sees his wife. I'm just saying it's weird. It's weird. But I'm going to run cards on it. So go ahead. Don't forget that I'm going to run cards on that.
Yes, I have the question written down. Now, picking up on this 4th episode, they picked off where we left off. Last week was with Kristen, and Jesse and Michelle. They pretty much lose it at the table with Kristen because she refuses to accept any responsibility for saying it. She keeps saying, Jack said it, not Jax. Zach said it. Janet said it.
Let me just open this up. I'm kind of hungry, but not for dinner, just for a snack. So I'm going to be eating some cheese curls. Mm. Okay.
Right. So
I'm sorry, guys. Tacky, but I'm hungry.
both Jesse and Michelle lose it pretty much at the table with Christian because she continues to say, it's Zach that said it. It's Janet that said it. I'm not the one that says it. I don't believe that.
Who said that?
That's pretty much how Christian is coming off because she keeps saying, well, I'm sorry I repeated it. She finally I'm jumping way ahead, but she finally apologized to Michelle at the very end, and Michelle didn't accept the apology because Christian did exactly what Michelle said. I need you to take accountability. You keep saying you repeated it. And then
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Okay, and then Christian said, yes, I apologize for repeating what I said. So basically Michelle feels like Christian needs help and that she needs space from Christian and that she's actually really hurt. Christian would even say that because how dare you put that on her as a first generation first generation immigrant verse. That was wrong.
I was hungry. Sorry. I know it's tacky. But I wasn't hungry for no food. Just hungry for a snack. Here we go. Go ahead. What you saying?
That pretty much Michelle is upset with Christian, which I could totally understand because Christian continued to throw Zach underneath the bus. And Zach still tried to come through like a good friend he was.
Well, Jack told her that, though. Jack told Christian. It wasn't for Christian to repeat.
Yes.
No. At the end of the day, if you ask me, she's a racist. It just keeps coming out. Yeah. It came out on Lisa Vanderpump, and now here it just somehow that she got the black girl with the gay guy. So, this is ridiculous. No matter what happened, that should have never been said. For what reason?
Exactly.
It didn't even fit.
No.
So that was something in the back of your throat that you was ready to hawk out. And you did. And so for what? It was racist. And you know what I'm learning? It's in you. Nobody made you do it.
No.
Nobody caused you to do it. It was like a fart that came from the north and blew up the south.
Okay.
For no reason. Why? Because nobody didn't expect it.
That is true.
And it's like it made people feel befuddled. Why? Yes. And that black girl got up and was like, wait a minute. Don't let me go black on you because I will. Did she get it up in her face?
Yes, she did. She even said it in this episode. She was just like, I don't know what's going on with Christian.
I don't want to sit by. She was like, who the seating arrangement? This is terrible. Why, Christian? Why? I tell you why. Because there's an underlying racism going on with you.
Oh.
Can I say it?
What?
It's derogatory.
What?
You and your skinny man boyfriend.
Yes, I was just getting ready to touch on him.
Little gangster.
Yes,
a skinny gangster.
Yes, a skinny little
No, he ain't little.
32-year-old gangster.
A little boy. Kristen is playing with that little boy head.
Yes, because we all clearly know what she likes. That libido, like she said. That's why she's trying to get that baby.
She could lose some weight. I'm sorry, but she could lose some weight.
She could.
She looked like she's pregnant.
She does.
And you're talking about you want to have a baby? How about babying yourself?
Yes.
Take care of your health. And why would you want to have a baby by this 32-year-old wild card?
That doesn't want to live in California.
Irrelevant about that. He's a wild card.
Yes.
I would be scared to have a baby by him. He the one who'll take you to court and take the baby.
You're probably right on that one. I can see it.
He a fireball. You know, already ready, but somebody said, sit down. Kristen got that man so pumped, that young man.
She really does, honestly.
Kristen.
Yes.
And listen, she says, I don't want to live. I don't mind leaving. I don't have a problem leaving California, but it won't be this year or next year. It won't be this year or next year and the year after that, and probably not the year after that. I'm like, girl, what are you talking?
Yes.
You don't want to leave California. This whole idea of having a baby is ridiculous.
Yes, I see why Jax is up in arms.
Baby yourself. Get yourself in some good health. Lose some weight. You look pudgy around the face. You just got to, you just lose the weight. And the thing is, the weight don't even look good on her.
It doesn't.
She don't even look like she was meant to be thick like that.
Exactly. You could tell just by the way her face.
And she looked like she about 3 or 4 months pregnant. I don't know, girl. That's my opinion. She didn't ask. I'm just saying. That's how I feel. That's all. That's how I feel. What else happened?
Okay. Surprisingly, there wasn't much to say about this episode. However, we're going to keep it rolling with how... Okay, so Janet and Jared. Jared is...
Who's Jared?
I honestly wish I could tell you. Some friend of Janet.
Who's Janet?
Janet is Janet's the pregnant one.
Okay.
Yes.
The blonde.
Yes, the blonde. You're right. I think somebody else is too pregnant. But Janet, the blonde one, she's friends with Jared. And
the one who is totally through with Kristen.
Yes.
That's not that's the one that's totally through with Kristen, the blonde.
Yes, that too, because she's already put some distance between her, and she was like,
and said, I will not sit at the table. So that's her. And then it's another one pregnant, but that's the dark-haired one.
Yes.
I like them. And then it's the one that who walked away feeling real satisfied after she got Kristen to apologize. Her husband stood up for her. She walked away just like, we did that, honey. The only thing, they should have just sat down and hit a high five and kept it going. That would have been, go ahead, man, let's do it for her. And kept it moving. That would have been more real than anything, instead of her walking with that smirk. No.
Yes.
Like we were the cats that ate the canary. We got what we wanted. We done with her. It was like we done with that baby.
Yeah, it was really like a closure had happened.
Like they ain't never gonna be. Like it ain't never gonna be. You and me never gonna be friends. But I got what I want, and we are done. And I'm telling you, Christian, you got issues.
Yes, I don't know what's going on.
What's wrong with you?
With your friends and your loved life.
Messing with that young man like that.
Yes.
20 and you 40. You 40 and lived the life of a 48-year-old. That ain't right. And you could tell he's a wild card. Just wild. Already ready to fight. It's like, please, sit. No, clearly you don't work out in the gym. Go ahead.
Well,
I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just saying, I don't know.
So Jared is like a business partner of Janet, but Jared also knows Christian as well. And Christian was texting Jared all about, like he said, some craziness about what's going on with the girls. And both him and Janet were both hoping that there was going to be no mess, and if they should even invite Christian to this event. And they did. They made sure to do that seating work. I think it actually worked out pretty nicely.
I thought so.
Yeah, they seem to be seated with people that fit their vibe, like she said. Now, that was pretty much it for that event. And that was the same event where, what's her name? Michelle had got her closure from Christian.
Michelle and her husband.
Yes. Now, Michelle also at the same party had gotten apology from Zach for even having that conversation. But really Michelle's just like, Michelle's vibe is you guys had that private conversation without me and chose to share it with nobody else. So I really don't want to hear what you guys have to say about me because it was said behind my back. So why?
So here's another series with another private meeting going on and you wasn't there.
Yes.
That was on Lisa Vanderpump and this.
Yes.
So that must be the storyline. Having conversations behind my back.
Yeah.
And cutting me out.
Yes.
And talking about me.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Because I can tell you exactly who does that. Brittany. And Jax too. Jax, when he was on with some of the guys, some of the fathers at a carnival, he was talking about how the romance with him and Brittany has left.
Yeah, but he's talking about his marriage.
Yeah, you're right. But when Brittany was helping, you know what? I didn't think
Brittany will talk about her problems to anybody who will listen.
She really will. She doesn't care who. And her problem is she was helping somebody do this nice, wet, like, I guess, cute.
Wasn't she doing it for Kristen and the guy?
Yes, Christian and Luke. Yeah, she was doing it for them.
They went in her apartment.
Because she was just like, I should send some pictures to Jack and say, look, this is how you do it.
Girl, I don't mean no harm. The way you were dressed, girl, I'm sorry, Brittany. Girl, pull it together. And you see the breast here is stuck together with it. What is it? What is that called? When your cleavage is glued together like that. Your cleavage line is, and she was just,
But other than that, Brittany can see that the romance is gone. She is complaining about it. Jack said he let the romance go a while back, and that's on him. And he doesn't want to, I guess, hold his wife back from being happy. And we know how that ended up.
No, he said that he didn't want to hold her back for finding someone to give her what she wanted. If that's not saying it's over, I don't want you. I really think this is a lot. I think Brittany has let herself go on top of it. And I think a lot of it have to do with the kids. This is this child. I think this deals with his ego. Not that he doesn't love the child, but we'll never know. But I am definitely going to run cards. You got anything else you want to say?
Nope, because that was our segue to the Brittany.
No, is there anything else that we got to go over, talk about? Because this may take a minute.
No, other than the fact that he says that him and he said that he misses Brittany since they've had, like, the baby arrived. I guess she's more absorbed in the baby. I mean, you can kind of tell.
Yeah, the baby is all, it's like the baby is her world. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you they do this. They get those babies. They let this, Brittany, get yourself together. Just please. Yes. I do think that Jax needs you. I don't think he's going to find anyone as patient and loving as he have in you. I think that you come off as a very beautiful soul. And I can understand, and this is me being honest, don't judge me. On one hand, I can understand where you want to dump her. And then on the other hand, I can see where he'll be sorry he did. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of times when women marry men that are really, really fancy men and they out there like that, you have to keep yourself up. You have to. Why? Because a lot of times they marry women like that.
Yes.
Just so they can have somebody and they just do what they want to do. I mean, that's just what I've seen. So you know, Brittany, you wearing mom clothes with the rubber around the elastic. Brittany, no. And the outfit that you had on for the blue gown, Brittany, no. Guts showing. Even Christian knew to wear something loose and black. I'm not saying you should have worn black. I think you should be more conscious of your back and your stomach and your back. Is it me?
No,
I just hope she could hear this. It's like said it out of love.
Yes, I mean,
don't let yourself go.
Like they are currently divorced, but they are currently separated. So
yes,
it's some glimmer of hope.
It's some glimmer of hope, and I know that Jax needs you. I know he needs you, but you got to fix yourself up and fight for your man, baby. Because I don't think that Jax would leave. I don't think this is a leave over a female, even if it is somebody there. Clearly there's someone there, but it's not that. It's more of you became a mama. You just that you got the body mama clothes, you don't nothing, you just mama. You're not fancy, you're all about your son, you're just into the neighborhood gossip, you just turned into wifey.
She did.
And you let yourself go. And he ain't want to come home to that. But anyway, you sure you don't have nothing else to say?
Yep, that was.
I really do like Brittany. Brittany, if you hear this, I speak it out in the universe that why you separated, that you see this. Please, you can be a mom and be hip and all of those things. You could be a mom and go to the gym. You can do these things. Okay, let's see. I shuffled them. My question is,
do Jax love Brittany?
Do he love her? Well, here we see the King of Cups.
Okay, emotional.
Emotional. Three of Swords.
You know, like I said, there's some glimmer of hope.
The last card.
Let's hope this card.
Because I'm going to do past, present, future.
Okay.
And that is a 9. So we know that the 9 is the end of a cycle.
Yeah, that's true.
And we see here at the end, I'm going to go from the end, past, present, and his future. I see Jax really working on his body, it seems like he's working very hard at something, very energetic. I see the Sagittarius and I see the moon. So it lets me know that Jack is dealing with the energetic, but the dark part of his nature too. Okay. I think that he feels bad. And I'm telling you, I truly believe that he does love his family. I know that he loved Brittany and I know he loved his son, but I truly believe that his son is got a delayed. And I think that this eats at him. You see, at least I see it.
Or the better way to describe it is just basically you're seeing how, like, you know, Jackson Brittany's energy is.
I see it around the baby. Right. He care. He care about his son. Because she said he was talking.
Yes.
And saying normal stuff.
Yes.
And then he stopped. So there is hope for him. But I see that something about it broke his heart. Because it's about him. You see the cups. You see he loved.
Yes.
Please, baby Crone, if you see anything I'm missing. You see, it seemed like on the day he was born, it was like air and is that water. Air and water, they were blended. It was the perfect mix.
That's good, at least.
But then after, when this happened, because she said after so that meant when they started finding out something happened to the baby, he just started, it was like a raindrop. And I think it pierced his heart. And I think it pierced his ego. Because the next thing I see in his future, I see Jax alone. I don't see anybody inside, but I see he's putting his energy into something. And the only thing I think that is his bar.
Yes.
What you see, baby Crone?
Yes, because that would be the only thing he would be putting his energy into.
Like getting that bar, that money. Now, is Jax going to take Brittany back? Are they going to get back together?
I like that.
This is the King of Wands. No.
Starting off the Kings.
Starting off with Kings. Alone. Is this that you want? He's just out there having sex and fun.
Okay.
You see it.
Mm-hmm. So
he's just out there. He's not ready to commit. He's not ready for that. Am I right about that? Oh, told you. He ain't ready to go back to that. He done with that. He's done with that life. That's why him and that other guy have that thing. The one that was married to Miss USA.
Yeah.
They really bond because he talks to him about these things.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can see each other. And by him being a lawyer, I don't know what kind of lawyer he is, but I see right now, unless Brittany can pull something out of the hat,
That's true.
she's going to be heartbroken, but she got a baby by him. And that seems to be a comfort for some women. Yeah, this is over. It looks like this is over. What do you think?
That's sad to see. I'm trying to think of.
Oh, baby.
I'm trying to think of a good question that could turn this around.
We want to turn it around. We just want to know the truth.
Okay, we want to know the truth.
So, well, we see he out there with his energetic, that rod on fire. He ain't giving it to Brittany. And you know Jax was a cheater, pumpkin eater. And when he made that speech today about she's a good person, she deserves to have somebody to make love to her. In other words, I'm not attracted to her anymore.
Yeah.
You see it? This is the tower.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming down. No more illusions. To me, it's like I'm not going to deal with the okie doke. And it seems like it's an illusion. And I know that he hurt her. But it is what it is. And Brittany knew exactly what she was getting when she married him.
That's true.
So above, he's into what he's into. This right now. I'm gonna run the bottom cards, but sometimes things get worse because I do think that Brittany is good for him.
Mm-hmm,
I do. I just think she needs to get herself together, fix herself up, and put herself back like, I'm gonna be beautiful again. I'm gonna watch my weight like I was doing. She's always been a thick girl, but you just have to watch your weight. You can't get comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Judgment showed up, and it just seems like it's under the king, and it just seems like I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm out. You want her at all? No. No, he's done. Too much work. And let me say this. Let me ask. I'm going to take 2 cards.
Okay.
I'm going to take one from the middle. Make sure they're even. They're about as even as they can be. Hold up. And I want to take one from the top. Okay, that's about even. And what I want to know is anything have to do with this baby is what turned him off. Because one minute when he's talking to her, he's like, hey, let's have when we have more children.
Yeah,
but then the next minute, he doesn't want to touch her. Okay. What was my question?
The question, was...
Is there any chance that maybe they can reconcile? That's not what I asked.
No. Does this have to do with the child?
Does this have to do with the child? Thank you, baby.
Yes, you're welcome.
Oh, that's the Empress.
Oh,
yes. And let me tell you why. Because the Empress is the mother. She is the one that bears. She is the one that gives birth, gives seed in the earth. And then you have the High Priestess with the brooding darkness. This is what it is. My cards are saying yes. He'll probably never admit it. He probably don't even know himself. Am I 100% about this? Yes.
There's that.
If he could fix it and make it better, he would. But right now, this has broken him. His ego. He's got a son, and I don't mean it in a derogatory way, but this I say it in love with a little ding in it. Mm-hmm. Just a little ding. And for somebody with an ego like that, and no judgment, there's no judgment. That's just where he's at. This is personal. And you know that he cared because he didn't have to be at that meeting.
That's true.
He could have been anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to be there,
Right.
but he was there and he was asking questions and he was informed. It breaks his heart about his son. And somehow a way, it's like, I don't know, if I have sex with her, she get pregnant, I may have another broken kid. I'm not saying that that's it. I'm just saying, all these cards have deep meaning, especially the high priestess.
Yes.
This deal with your inhibitions, your secret, your subconscious, just what he feels. Because she said, if you look at the timeline, then I'm right. And even though he loved Brittany, but all of that, just her not taking herself, not fixing herself up on one hand, and he probably don't even see that anymore. Like he probably don't even pay no attention to that. But I do know he cares something about her weight, because when she stole that meat, that ball, and she ate it, and she said, I'm hungry. He said, we're all hungry.
Yeah, he did.
So she knew. And I think, but he didn't embarrass her.
No.
He didn't embarrass her. But she was like embarrassed, like, I had to eat something. Why did you leave the house hungry? Why would you, even though you invited, unless it's dinner and they say this is time dinner's going to be served, then you show up hungry. But if you go into a place and they say it's dinner, but you don't know what time, why wouldn't you eat a snack or hors d'oeuvre, a salad, a fruit or something, a whole peanut butter crackers before you go? One of them protein drinks or something.
Yeah.
To hold you over. You shouldn't allow yourself to go to places hungry like that. I never do. What if you don't like the cuisine?
That is true.
Well, anyway, so my reading is, I see in this mainly, I see 1, 2, 3. I see 3 wands. I see 1, 2, 3. I see 3 swords. So therefore, that shows me there's a lot of mental and a lot of energy about working at something. And the only thing I could think about him working to get his son well and working at his business. But the one thing this man ain't working at is his marriage. And I think that this broke him or disappointed him or something. And for whatever reason, he passed the judgment on Brittany. Now, I don't know if Brittany drank when she was pregnant. I don't know. She could have maybe didn't know she was pregnant. I don't know. But I do know he's heartbroken over his son. And somehow or another, I think Brittany subconsciously bear the brunt of it. I may not be saying it right because I'm not a therapist, but I am a spiritual reader. And I know that I'm 100%. Well, okay. I know I'm 95% sure about it, especially when the Empress come up. She's the birth. She's the seed. He stopped making love to her.
Yes.
How can you? That's the perfect birth control. What?
He said that's the perfect birth
when you're
control.
not doing it.
Yes, that's perfect. You can't get pregnant if you're not.
You can't get pregnant. You can't get no STDs. You can't get nothing.
Yeah.
That's the perfect birth control. And then we see here the star. You know, this is an illuminator. And this star let me know that in a way, you know, stars have to do with hoping.
Yes.
But I also see that this star is more like finding the strength to move on.
Oh, okay.
Making your reservations about something, your resolutions about something, making your resolution. Why do I say that? Because I see him sprinkling stars up in the air and yet pouring out water as doing 2 things at one time.
Yes.
Letting go and making peace with letting go. Do you see it?
Yes, I do. I like that analogy.
And I don't think he want no heart. And when he said what he said about she deserves that came from his heart.
It did.
But I don't think he's going to want to let her go like that. I don't know. What do you think, baby? I'm going to end this.
No, because if he did, he would have probably let her go probably a long time ago.
Well, that's
how
my
he
read.
felt.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll check on it. This is just it. This is it. But for now, this has crashed. This is like a whole lot coming down. It's something Jax have to deal with himself. And it isn't Brittany. All I'm saying, Brittany had to fix herself up. She done turned into a mom, a stay-home mom. It don't work like that, love bug. You want them, you want to hang out with the mommy and do mom things, and that's beautiful. Take care of yourself. Work out, Brittany. Don't let yourself go. Don't. So many women do it. Don't.
Especially
you Hollywood now. Yeah, Hollywood. They drop those kids, honey. They go and get those mommy makeovers. She should have had a mommy makeover.
She should have. I mean, she had a plastic surgeon that was able to do some of that light color.
But you see, she didn't have a mommy makeover. Look at her stomach. And maybe she waiting to have more kids, but I don't think Jax want to have any children by you. And if it is, it'll be a mistake. I don't think he want to have sex with you. I don't think that he wants to risk having a baby by you. And I'm sorry to say it. I hope I'm wrong. But you know what? My peeps out there, they're going to tell me how you feel about this. But don't get mad at me only. The cards spoke too.
Yes.
Okay? Cards confirm what I suspect. And a lot of times when men go through these things, they don't know themselves.
Okay.
They don't. So with that being said, that saddened me in a way, baby Crone.
Yes, I wasn't expecting that.
Hold my hand on that, baby Crone.
Okay.
That saddened me a little bit. It really, 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 really did. And with that, sunflowers.